Welcome to week one of your 21-day cleanse. And I'd like you to get together all of the forms that were sent to you via email. Right now, we're going to be discussing it and going over the first 6 days of your cleanse. The first page we're going to talk about is this page right here, days 1 through 6, the initial clearing. The list on this page are products and foods that are most potential of sensitivity or allergen related to our bodies. And the number one product or item on the list is sugar. And these are simple added sugars, the sugars that we know commonly as um, candy, or the sugar that we put in our drinks. And sugar is a substance similar to a substance that it looks like even cocaine, if you think about it, when you break it down. And I just learned recently that in cigarettes, the second major ingredient besides tobacco is sugar. And that's what helps give that little high or buzz that people experience when they smoke a cigarette even. So, these are things that we feed our kids, and the candy I call a kind of glorified costume for this substance. It has absolutely zero nutritional value. And it's something that, if we haven't eliminated yet, it's imperative that we eliminate now. Creates a lot of issues in our system, can be the catalyst of autoimmune diseases, definitely breaks down your immune system. So, especially during times where the seasons are changing or you have these different climate temperatures daily, it's really important that you stay away from this substance. The next one is artificial colorings, flavorings, and sweeteners. And these are any kind of diet products. What you look in the back of the label and where you see ingredients that we really can't pronounce are usually the ingredients that are there for, um, either adding flavor without the calories of sugar, or keeping whatever product that is fresh. These are things that are toxins, they are chemicals that we're ingesting. And for ourselves, and especially for our family, it's something that we really do need to reduce and get rid of. And for sure, during this cleanse, we are going to eliminate. If there's a choice, and many clients ask me this question, if I have a choice of soda, which is a definitely no product for this cleanse, which one's better? Is it the diet soda, or is it, the regular soda with all the sugar? And actually, in this case, the better of the evils is the soda with the sugar. It's just something to keep in the back of your mind. Caffeinated beverages, I would say, probably the most challenging food group, or I don't even know if you can call it a food group, or part of the elimination process for many of my clients, as coffee is a habitual kind of pleasure for so many of us. And without it, we're not sure how we will survive. Um, but all my clients muddle through and they succeed with flying colors to eliminate caffeine from their life. Some of them go back to it, and most of them really don't, believe it or not. They just tell me that they get that energy and get their digestive system going now on their own, just because they have healthy bodies. So it's something to keep in the back of your head. It is also, like sugar, a substance. So when you do eliminate it, you will experience possibly some symptoms, withdrawal symptoms. And those will only last 2-3 days tops. And they can range anywhere from just feeling slight achiness in your muscles to headaches, sleepiness, fogginess. But again, this is very short term, and once you eliminate that and the toxins are eliminated from your body, you will no longer have those symptoms. Gluten containing grains, this is basically anything that's in a bakery, you really want to try and eliminate. We know so much about gluten in newspapers and all across the board, hearing more and more information about how it just doesn't work for so many of us. And in stores now, there are so many more options for gluten-free foods and whatnot. For the next 21 days, I really do want you to focus on just eliminating the gluten products and not substituting it with these kinds of gluten-free processed things. For instance, rice pasta, as great as it is. In this case, for the next 21 days, you're going to stick with just rice, just from its natural shape, natural kind of matter, right? So anything that you can pick from the a tree or pull from the ground, really your focus for the next 21 days. Meat and seafood. It can be a little tricky, and I just want to clarify this. I do put in seafood to eliminate like shellfish, and the reason why I just put it there as a marker is many of us may not even realize, but asking you this question when you have lobster or shrimp or any other kind of shellfish that you can think of, do you experience swollen hands, just a little kind of swelling around the joints, or maybe itchy eyes or an itchy face? These are symptoms of maybe some allergy potential here for shellfish. And in that way is why I would like you to eliminate that. If you have had none of these experiences and want to have occasional shrimp and whatnot, then feel free to do that. Meat and seafood, pretty self-explanatory. I would just say any type of cold cuts. It says eliminate cold cuts, but those are the cold cuts that are preserved in all those chemicals. But Applegate makes a great product. It's all natural. You can purchase that both at Trader Joe's and at Whole Foods. And, you can find that kind of meat for lunch that is all natural and definitely something you can eat during this cleanse. Dairy products. This for myself in particular was the category that was my most challenging. I loved cheese, but realized after the first time that I did this challenge that it was really the one food that didn't work for me. It caused bloating in my body and sluggishness. And once I had eliminated it, I realized that that was really my kind of food poison. And I found so many other alternatives. And I do have dairy, but not to the extent that I had it previously. And I feel so much better. And I hope that you'll kind of have the same experience when you go through this cleanse and finding foods that work for you and foods that may not. And a way that we can really find that answer is by filling out this detoxification page, which I'm just going to see if I can show that to you. Oops. There you go. Detoxification questionnaire. On the top of on this page, has some boxes, and you're going to just talk about what symptoms you might have within the past month. And be honest with yourself, total everything up, circle the top three, and know that these symptoms are related to food allergens. So, all along, if you've experienced headaches and you've been going to doctors or taking medication, it may have simply been just a food that you've been eating that just is not right for your body. And, this is where it gets exciting. This is where I see the most change when my clients fill this out in the beginning, and then at the end of the 21 days, they tell me that these symptoms either have mitigated or have disappeared completely. And, that in itself is so life-changing. So please fill that out. I don't need to collect it, but hold on to it and we'll review it at our last meeting at the end of the 21 days. Okay. The next thing I want to discuss with you guys is your shopping chart right there. This is something you're going to bring with you. It's 2 pages long. And you're going to bring that with you to the supermarket. Basically, anything on these 2 pages are foods that you can eat. And, give some time, maybe after you review this video, to get a highlighter and highlight all the foods that you like and maybe foods that you might not have even tried that you just want to try. I categorize the first thing, fruits, under glycemic index, which is basically the sugar intake and how it breaks down the sugar. And the higher the glycemic index, the harder it is to kind of break down. There's more sugar in there. And this is why it's important to really focus on the low and medium, moderate. The lemons you'll have, the limes you'll have in your water. And although it's not really berry season, oranges, clementines, apples, these are all great fruits that you can eat now. And it's unlimited. It really is about eating whole and healthy foods and combinations of foods. So more to worry about the organic or the whole food as opposed to the quantities that you may have. Then in place of dairy, there are so many options. I know for myself, I enjoy almond milk. Even if you want your kids to try it while you're doing this, it's great with cereal. We will not probably have cereal the next 6 days, but your kids can surely try it. And there's coconut milk, there's hemp milk, there's rice milk. And it's really out there. It's in besides Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. I've seen it in Stop and Shop, so it's pretty accessible wherever you go. For the grains, just know that again, it's about whole food eating, so you are not going to have anything processed. If you know that you could pull it from the ground, you're good. And other than wheat, although wheat is really processed. If you maybe ate a wheat stalk, then maybe that's okay. But brown rice is good, quinoa, there's a whole list there that you can try and really enjoy. And remember, if you're looking at this for weight loss, then you want to have this in moderation. You want to really have a half a cup. If you can, I know I'm going to say this, it's one time during the day. Maybe save it at dinner if that's the time where you're most hungry, and enjoy it, really savor it. Vegetables, broken down, non-starchy, starchy. Non-starchy, unlimited. Starchy, just similar to the grains. Half a cup, half a potato, sweet potato, red potato, eliminating our classic Idaho potato. Absolutely no nutrients in that. That's beneficial for us at this point in time. And so that we're going to eliminate. And again, have that in moderation. They are filling, granted, but that is really a small portion of your main meal. And then meats. Meat's pretty self-explanatory. I'd like to just skip on over to the next page where we talk about fats. And there are 2 types of fats. There's saturated fats and unsaturated fats. And really what we want to focus on are the unsaturated fats. And this list lists everything from coconut flakes to almond oil to walnuts. There are so many choices that you can have. And just knowing that, yes, it is fattening, so to have this in moderation. I think avocado's in there. You want to have, really 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon max. And a slice of avocado is probably equal to 1 serving. And you want 2 or 3 of these servings a day. making sure that you have that in your main meals because that's the ingredient that's going to satiate you. It's going to keep you full and last you. Let's say you had something for breakfast um, in that group, it's going to keep you full until lunch. I just want you to keep that in mind. If you're going through this process and 11 o'clock you're hungry, chances are you forgot your fat, your healthy fat. Beverages, pretty self-explanatory. Tea which is listed there. I think you can get at Whole Foods. It's a grain-based beverage that tastes supposed to taste just like coffee. And for those of you that really are just craving that coffee flavor, you may want to give that a try. Miscellaneous really talks about spices and knowing that with the different spices can really change your taste buds, change the way that a chicken may normally taste for you. So feel free to take advantage of all the different spices that are out there. I find that supermarkets and specialty markets, they have so much to offer, and really, spend the time instead of the dessert section, spend the time in the spice section, and maybe pull a couple that you might not have had before, might have had in a restaurant, and may want to try to do some cooking with it at home. And just my list is anything that you might have um, added on that's not on this list. And please feel free to share with us. You can shoot me an email at benay@she3fit.com and I will send it out to everybody. There's always some new products every day. I find I learn a new product that comes out that could really go on to this list. One thing I'd like you to add, if you are a yogurt guru and you just kind of feel like you need that as a snack, to go to the stores. Uh, some choices are So Delicious, it's called. They make a coconut milk-based yogurt, and now they have an almond milk-based yogurt. Trader Joe's came out with their own as well, and so many others. But just make sure you look at the sugar content. Best to be on the going to the plain, without the flavors, and just add some berries or something to it because that's going to just save you on your calories. Okay. Next thing on our list, we're going to talk about Advocare. Let me show you what that looks like. And basically what I did is I just expanded, just enlarged the ingredient list. And if you take a look at it, there's so many wonderful attributes to this particular supplement. This is something when you look at your food journal, if you printed that out, you'll see ADV, and that's short for Advocare. And in the beginning, it's basically one Advocare for your meals. In the beginning, I think it's primarily breakfast and dinner. And this is basically a support for your liver and kidney, and that's to help with help eliminate the toxins. It also helps with nighttime. For those of you that have difficulty sleeping or in the middle of the night wake up, the Advocare with milk thistle and artichoke leaf really help maintain or balance the cortisol levels so that you'll have a deeper and longer sleep. So that's that. And I'd like you to look at this page. And I kind of wrote this out for you guys. I always find it interesting, and I'm going to definitely expand upon this more. But you have this piece of paper on cravings. And, research has said that over 75% of women's eating is emotional eating. And I would say the majority of that is satisfying our cravings. And it's something that I want you to focus on this week. And notice when you're eating because you're hungry and when you're eating because you are sad or happy or tired or frustrated, whatever the emotion may be. And even if you're not able to stop it, the awareness is the most important thing. And maybe instead of eating a box of something, you'll have maybe one of that particular piece of food. But I know that you're going to be really good this week. And I know that we're not even going to have anything in a box or anything in a bag, because when I see a bag or a box, For me, that tells me that it's processed, and we're really going to try and eliminate our processed foods this week. Um, Next thing I wanted to show you, and these are just really reading materials. I like to kind of keep them in my bathroom. I call it my office at home. And, they're just interesting information you can share with your family. Um, well, this one I wanted to show you also. It's called Fabulous Abs. And it's probably about like a 10-minute repertoire you can do with on your own, with your husband, with your kids, and it's just abs. It's nice to do at night while you're watching TV in the middle, maybe some commercials, and just to get yourself going, get the metabolism going, working on our main core. And, exercise is going to be important. We have 21 days. I want you guys to take this challenge seriously. And exercise will help with the healthy eating. Taking bar classes, at the studio and alternating that on the days that you don't take bar classes with some cardiovascular work, whether it's, 45 minutes of walking or running or um, indoors if it's not a nice day on the bike. These are things that I really want you to consider every day to be doing something. Can give yourself like a day off, like on a Sunday if you'd like to, but make a conscious effort on that day to eat really well, drink a lot of water, and that'll be really helpful. Next page I wanted, it's actually 2 pages, and these are Bené's top 10 tips for a successful cleanse. And for those of you who have taken the cleanse before and known the success of it and are back for it, again, you've seen this. And I think it's an important thing to include every single time. It has some really great tips and things that, even myself, who's been doing it for so many years, needs to be reminded every once in a while. Just so that we, things like eating mindfully, drinking a lot of water. When you think that you've drunk enough water, I want you to add 3 more glasses. You can never have enough water. And mix it up with lemon, mix it up with lime, put basil in it, have it hot, have it room temperature. I would just say just to be aware of cold water, just like, really cold with ice. Um, it's a shock to our digestive system, especially in the morning. So more of the room temperature, warm, hot, much better scenario. Mindful eating, making sure that you're not eating, watching television or on your computer or in your car. Sit down and give yourself that time, even if it's 10 minutes to sit down, to really enjoy what you're eating. And, in some ways it's very meditative. So we are so busy and we're so scheduled up that, I don't know about you, but I pass by cars and always see people driving with one hand and eating with the other. And make a conscious effort the next 21 days. Right now, let's focus on the next 6 days, to just, enjoy the food. You have the meals. You're going to write them down on your food journal. And it's healthy food. It's whole food. And, get that energy in your body. Don't rush it. Just enjoy it. Those are those 2 pages you can read about. And then some more bathroom material. Many names of sugar. Just, I always look at that and I realize more and more how these companies that sell all these products really like to fool us. So take a look and see. You'll be surprised of all the sugars. And it's great for the kids to know, too. You can do some testing and let them know, they have to be more responsible. It's really buyers beware out there. And we need to be informed and be able to take care of our bodies. There's so many more. I think they said some ridiculous amount, um, 7,500 uh, chemicals in the air and new within the past, I don't know, like 5 years or something like that. There's so many things out there, and we just really have to make sure that we are not ingesting them all the time. Artificial sweeteners is a list about that and the effects on that, what that can do for you or to you. Um, this is an important one. Ideas for meals. So the first 6 days is really about whole food eating. And these are great examples of foods that you can eat. On there, as mentioned, Ezekiel bread. Ezekiel bread is something that you can get at Whole Foods, at Trader Joe's. It is bread. It is a whole grain, whole wheat. It may have traces of gluten. My recommendation is to try to avoid that at this point in time, especially the first 6 days. If you know for sure that you do not have a gluten sensitivity, then be my guest and have a slice. But if you're not sure and you really want to do this right, stick with the, maybe eggs, making an omelet, putting avocado in there. I like to now have mine with, I play around with salsa. I like the spicy part. It's very filling. So, things like that. Follow the meals. You're going to find three kinds of variations. A lot of my clients do this, and they just kind of eat those, day after day after day for the next 6 days. But really, whatever works with you, you're going to receive recipes, daily messages from me with ideas. So, keep an eye out on it. Hopefully, you'll make the recipes for yourself and your family and really enjoy this new sense of cooking and control over eating healthy. And pretty much it. This is the last one, and you also can read this, the bathroom material, just talking about the specifics of detoxification and the phases that we go through and why when we start we have these kind of withdrawal symptoms as we pull the toxins out, bring it into all of our systems, and we start to feel that. And then once it's released, we feel much better in phase two. But it's really good to read upon so you know what you're going to be experiencing. My emails will definitely tell you, where you should be at, what you should be doing and feeling, and that should be really helpful for you as well. Um, I think that is pretty much it for the first 6 days. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me again at Benet@she3fit.com, and I will be there to answer you. It may not be right away, but as soon as I can, I will return your email, your message, and have fun with it. Enjoy it. It's time for you to be kind of an explorer and to find new foods for yourself. Um, and to just, really enjoy. Drink a lot of water. This is your time. This is your challenge. I'm here to be your supporter. I'm here to hold your hand. You're going to totally do this. You're going to rock it out the park. You really are. So, happy cleansing to you. Next week's Wednesday meeting, we'll be back at the studio at 7 p.m. Please bring with you your food chart, or that's called I think it's called log, food log, um, and fill everything out there. You'll see the Advocare. You'll know the numbers of Advocare to take. That, if you have not received Advocare yet, don't have it at your house, you can pick it up, on Thursday at the studio, and if it's after hours, we will put it in the mailbox so that you can pick it up there with your name. Um, and I think that's pretty much it. Bring the food journals to our meeting next week. Imperative that you come to the meetings. It's really empowering, um, to have the interaction, to have the questions asked. Every single time you come, you're going to learn something new. And I really just wholeheartedly recommend that you come. If for some reason you're not able to come to the meeting, please send an email and we can, find you another way to get you the information. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please reread the material. And once again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to email me. And happy cleansing. See you next week, if not before. Bye-bye.